The poltergeist. Poltergeists are the rowdy troublemakers of the spectral realm, often starting with mild disturbances and escalating over time. A glass might fall off the shelf, doors might slam unexpectedly, or you might hear knocking sounds at night. Poltergeists feed on negative or chaotic energy, so they often emerge in stressful or volatile environments. They don't just haunt, they stir up tension, sometimes even playing off family conflicts or personal fears. Poltergeist activity can persist for days, weeks, or even years if left unaddressed. Reducing stress and maintaining a positive home environment can often weaken a poltergeist's hold. Avoid acknowledging their activity directly, as attention can fuel their antics. For a stronger approach, perform a cleansing ritual using a bell to disrupt their energy. The shadow person. Shadow people are mysterious, dark figures often described as tall, humanoid shapes lurking at the edges of vision. Unlike other ghosts, they rarely have discernible features, making them particularly unsettling. Shadow people are silent, sometimes described as feeling oppressive or hungry, and they often appear during periods of heightened anxiety or sleep paralysis. Some say shadow people come from another dimension. Others believe they feed off fear and negative energy, making their intentions unclear. Shadow people typically appear at night, especially when you're alone or feeling vulnerable. Turn on a light or carry a flashlight if you sense one nearby. They are said to be repelled by brightness. Burning incense, particularly frankincense or sandalwood, can help ward off their energy. The demon. Demons are dangerous entities, often considered to be from a different realm entirely. Their presence can feel extremely dark, oppressive, or even physically painful. Demons may seek to manipulate, torment, or possess. If you feel an overwhelming sense of dread, hear growling sounds, or notice foul smells with no logical source, these could be signs of a demonic presence. Demons can also influence dreams, causing vivid nightmares or sleep paralysis. If you suspect a demonic entity, do not engage with it alone. Seek help from a priest, spiritual practitioner, or a knowledgeable medium. Using blessed items like holy water, blessed salt, or sacred texts can help create a protective boundary. Reciting prayers or affirmations specific to your faith can also create a spiritual shield. Demons often react to strong, positive energy, so filling your home with light and music can help repel them. The Doppelgänger. The doppelganger is like a ghostly twin of a living person. Seeing your own doppelganger, or someone else's, is often considered a bad omen. They're usually spotted doing everyday things, only it's not actually you. The sight of a doppelganger can be deeply unsettling, and folklore suggests that seeing one may predict sickness or misfortune. They may act independently, seeming to follow a script of their own, even mimicking voices or behaviors. Avoid mirrors and reflective surfaces for a while if you've seen a doppelganger, as this is believed to reduce their presence. Maintain a calm mind and avoid isolation, as they tend to manifest during moments of heightened introspection or stress. Cleanse your space with cedar or juniper to break any connection they might have to you. The intelligent ghost. You might feel a sudden drop in temperature or catch sight of a shadow that doesn't belong. These ghosts can communicate through subtle or direct interactions. They might touch you, whisper your name, or even move objects to get your attention. Intelligent ghosts are often lingering because they have unfinished business or are deeply attached to someone or something in the world of the living. Their awareness allows them to observe and interact, sometimes in eerie ways. Consider placing protective crystals, like black tourmaline or amethyst, in the room to create a barrier. Some people have found that leaving a small offering, like a flower or coin, can show respect and encourage the spirit to move on. The Revenant. The Revenant is a spirit that returns with a purpose, usually revenge. Unlike most ghosts, Revenants are driven by a specific intent, and they don't rest until it's fulfilled. They might appear as their living selves or as twisted, decaying figures, making their mission unmistakably clear. They usually haunt those who wronged them in life, and their presence is often intense and disruptive. if you or someone connected to the haunting has a history with the spirit, addressing past wrongs can be helpful. In cases of severe or recurring hauntings, a professional spiritual worker or medium can attempt to help the spirit move on by creating a safe space for dialogue or closure. The White Lady? The White Lady is a timeless ghost figure seen across different cultures. She's usually draped in flowing white garments, often appearing by lakes, graveyards, or lonely roads. Her story typically involves a tragic loss, such as the death of a loved one, and she is known for her quiet, mournful presence. The White Lady isn't typically aggressive, but can bring a profound sense of sadness to those who encounter her. Acknowledging her loss with words, a small token, or a lit candle can help ease her grief. Carrying a piece of rose quartz, which is tied to healing and compassion, may also help reduce her appearances if they become frequent. The Crying Child. The Crying Child ghost is a haunting presence, often heard more than seen. There's something inherently unsettling about a child's ghostly wail echoing from an empty room. These spirits are sometimes bound by tragedy, unable to move on. They're not harmful, but they have a way of evoking deep sympathy and unease in those who hear them. Leaving a small toy as a form of compassion can sometimes quiet their cries. Lighting a candle or saying a prayer for peace and safe passage can help release the child from their bound state. The Residual Ghost. At 2:46 a.m. every night, footsteps echo up the stairs, pausing briefly before you hear the soft rustle of a dress and the creak of the landing floorboards. Then silence. That's the mark of the Residual Ghost, a spirit trapped in a memory that replays endlessly. They don't know you're there. In fact, they're entirely unaware of their own existence. Residual ghosts are believed to be a kind of energy imprint, a remnant left behind by a powerful emotional event, such as an untimely death or a dramatic parting. They are, in essence, like an old film on loop, endlessly stuck in one moment. The best approach is to cleanse the area where the activity occurs, using white sage to neutralize the residual energy. Placing a mirror across from the location where the activity happens can also create a reflective barrier, which is believed to help break the cycle. The Guardian Spirit. Guardian spirits are usually benevolent and are believed to be loved ones or protectors watching over you. They don't haunt in the traditional sense. Rather, they might visit you in dreams, leave signs of their presence, like coins, feathers, or even scents, and provide a comforting presence in difficult times. They often appear to offer guidance, or simply to remind you that you're not alone. Light a white candle to honor them, and let them know you appreciate their presence. A small altar with flowers, or a special token in memory of the loved one can create a respectful space for them. The Phantom Monk. Phantom monks are often encountered in old churches, monasteries, or places of religious significance. Dressed in robes, they may appear chanting, moving slowly, or even standing still in silent prayer. These spirits seem bound to their places of devotion, either by a deep connection to their faith or as a result of a dramatic event tied to their religious life. Phantom monks respond well to respectful acknowledgement. Lighting a candle or playing a short chant can help reduce their presence. They're not typically hostile, but setting respectful boundaries can be beneficial if you frequently encounter them. The Banshee. In Irish folklore, the Banshee is a spectral figure whose wails foreshadow death. The Banshee's scream is often described as piercing and mournful, and it's usually heard at night, echoing through the landscape. Though not considered malevolent, hearing the Banshee can be an unsettling experience. She is sometimes seen as a woman with long flowing hair, crying or combing her hair. If you hear what you think might be a Banshee's cry, grounding yourself with iron, such as a small iron object, or salt can help provide protection. Some Irish traditions suggest keeping family and loved ones close, as it can mitigate the Banshee's foreboding power. The Spectral Animal. Not all ghosts are human. Some are furry. Meet the spectral animal, the ghostly forms of pets, stray animals, and even the occasional wild creature. Many people report seeing their beloved pet after it's passed away, often for one final, heartwarming goodbye. Imagine a little dog with a ghostly wagging tail, maybe a faint purr in the quiet of night, or even the sound of phantom paws padding down the hall. And let's not forget the infamous phantom cat syndrome. That moment when you feel a sudden weight on your bed, like a cat's curled up beside you. But when you turn to look, no one's there. Was it your old cat or just your imagination? We'll leave that for you to decide.